What's good, everybody? RainbowFur, Terrellion, Crimsonite, back at you with another video. Today, we're going to have a discussion about streamers and current modern video games, and if streamers kill off those video games. So that's what we're going to talk about today. As you can see, the gameplay that you're seeing right now is Repo, one of the newer streamer games came out, what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. So yeah, we're just going to talk about the general premise. Have you guys played the game? I've played this game.
I have played the game and I own the game. But first, let's speak on the elephant in the room. Rainbow, you're bald. No, I'm just playing. Okay,
Yeah.
so,
Oh,
yes.
so stupid.
Yes, I own the game and I've played the game a few times. I haven't played it a lot though.
Okay, well, what do you think about the game? Like,
Oh, you were asking for my thoughts on it.
I mean, you played it.
I think it's pretty fun. The biggest issue with the game currently, and the developers are aware of this, is the fact that there are no lobbies. There's no matchmaking, so you can't click a button and then find a lobby to join. You can only join friends, people on your friends list that own the game, which is pretty bad, right?
How are you gonna make a streamer game with no lobbies? Big L.
The developers, I believe, I don't know all the details on it, so take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt, but to my knowledge, the developers weren't aware of how popular the game's going to be. It's obviously still in early access, so there's another one right there for you, early access. Yeah. So they weren't aware of how popular it was going to be and how much it was going to blow up, so they didn't have it prepared, I guess, for launch. And people were really mad about that. So the developers made an apology video, saying we're sorry that we didn't have it on launch. We didn't have matchmaking on launch, but it's coming. So they're just
Sorry, our game instantly blew up, and we didn't know that was gonna happen, guys. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, developers are making the
bro, I hate gamers sometimes. Holy.
But yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I haven't really played it that much, because the group of people, the two here, don't want to buy it, and then I know only two other people that have it. And when I did play with those two other people, one of them fell asleep while we played the game, so that basically ruined the whole fucking experience. And the other guy that I was playing it wants to play with these two guys, so I couldn't play with anybody that I know.
I said I'm down, but I want a whole group. And
that's another issue. This guy here, Crim, won't buy the game unless other people get it, so unless we have more people to play it with. And Rainbow's legitimately just refusing to get it because current episode, streamer games, he believes it's just a way for the week.
Let's be
And
real.
he doesn't want to get
Rainbow's
into
a bigger
it.
problem.
But I don't...
So what?
Yeah, say what with us? Yeah, anyway.
Anyways, I played every other streamer game with you guys. Content Warning. What was the other ones? Lethal Company.
Yeah, Lethal Company.
Among
Us.
Well, here's the thing. Content
yeah.
Warning was free if you were able to get it on time. Which,
true.
you can't even be mad about. If you got it for free, there's no complaints. The game may not be all that great, but it was fun while it lasted. I don't even know if the game's still getting regular updates, but anybody that failed to get it while it was free, that's a massive L on you.
Yeah, and also, why wouldn't you get a game when it's free? That's like seeing a game free on the Epic's game store, which they always do, by the way, and not getting it.
Okay, I know you are not talking. Yeah, I know that. That's actually a 9 out of 10 coming from me, dude. That's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get this motherfucker to open up Epic Game Launcher all the time. Oh no, this game's free, this game's free. He's like, oh, no, man.
Nigga, I am not playing them fighting herds. I am not playing.
My hard drive is very, very small. I don't know. You don't have to get that game. I've told you other games, and then when I show you the games I have on Epic, and you're just like, you what? What? You have that game? Yeah, it's free on Epic. What? So yeah, I don't like fucking everything, bro.
So, anyways, one of them was free. Lethal Company.
$10.
Lethal Company was just $10. I believe I even got it on sale, if I'm not mistaken, and that was worth it. I had a really good time with that game.
Yeah, it was fun.
But so Rainbow, for you, you're basically saying streamers are killing off games, or what's your complaint here? I'm not.
So look, now don't get me wrong. I haven't played Repo, and I mean, based on the video that you're watching while you're watching us, The game looks fun. The issue I have is that like these are like niche games, and I'm like I said, glad these games are getting a sudden like surge in players. You know, people are having fun with it, but people are only playing because streamers play it, and so once they finish, even if the game's
They're
like
finished.
immaculate, people are gonna like, oh yeah, man, I love this game. We're gonna always play. But the moment they see their streamers stop playing, all of a sudden they're like, well, back it up, boys. We're going
Game's
back
dead.
to Call of Duty.
Yeah, game's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even if
game's
this game on launch had lobbies like that, because it was the same with Among Us. Already had lobbies when that game popped off because of COVID and streamers. Content warning, lethal company. Even then, you barely, if you check Steam charts, you probably barely see anybody there because streamers are not playing that game anymore. And that
You're
shit,
basically
like
saying streamers to provide us the flavor of the week.
yeah, it's always flavor of the week shit. It's unfortunate because some of these games, like, they're good and they probably get regular updates, but people don't want to play them no more, even if they had all this fun because streamers not playing anymore.
I have to disagree with you on just about a lot of the things you're saying. I get where you're coming from, but I believe that streamers are, as sad as it is to say, they're unfortunately helping these developers out a lot. They're probably the reason. They're probably the reason these games are getting a lot of these sales. It's because streamers discover them, play them, and then oh my god, my favorite streamer's playing this game, and everybody else runs out to go buy it and play it. And if it weren't for the streamers, these games wouldn't get as much attention as they are getting now, and sales. So it works for both parties. People play it, people get their little experience, because keep in mind, these games are less than $10 anyways. Most of them are, right? Like streamer games, right, are typically $20 or less. So you're paying, you're not paying for this like $60, like, oh, I gotta play this for a full 6 months to a year experience. You're paying for like a little fun weekend experience. Like, it's less than a movie ticket. You're paying for like that type of experience, and it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a dent in your wallet for you to really get mad and say, I got scammed by a streamer who bought repo and I don't play it anymore. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't even really say that, because like I said before, hey, the developers getting their bag, people playing their game, they're enjoying themselves, that's great.
The developers getting a bag, the people who are playing it are having fun for the time that it lasts until the next flavor comes in. I don't see an issue.
Yeah.
Some people actually play the game onwards.
Yes,
like,
they
after,
keep
like, the streamers done.
Exactly.
Like,
People
Among
will
Us,
keep playing it.
Among Us is still pretty big, isn't it?
Yes,
I'm
my
pretty
niece,
sure
my niece still
Relatively.
plays Among Us. My niece still
Is
plays
she on
Among
console?
Us.
Because I think it's on console, right?
No, my niece plays it on her phone.
Yeah, even if it wasn't on console, if the streamers and the game are both successful, people will continue to play it onwards.
Yes.
I guess like what I'm coming from is like the contention, because this isn't even just games like this too. It's just games in general. Because I remember there's one game that kind of comes to mind that people were like, oh, this is the blank killer, especially because like when the streamer showed it off, they're like, oh my gosh, I never knew this game. Oh, this is the blank killer. And then the game dies because either the developer doesn't do anything with it, or they realize like it's not the game for them, but they only force themselves to play because the streamer plays it, trying to snipe them or some shit. If anyone remembers X Defiant.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, don't worry, it's that forgettable. It was a Call of Duty game, or like the way it played was like Call of Duty, but it was made by Ubisoft, so that was like its first L. Was the fact it was made by Ubisoft, but people were playing that game because, oh, this is the blank killer, and all these streamers, like, they're all playing it, they're all saying it's the best game ever. Okay, I'll play it. And then you play it, and then you only play it for like 10 minutes or like 1 week, and then the streamer's like, it was fine, I guess. Even though they hyped it up throughout the like a whole month and played it for a whole month, they're like, it was alright, I guess. Moving on to the next game, and then leave the other games in the dust and shit. Like,
it was because it was just another soulless shooting game. Copy paste a bunch of like stuff that people typically like in their favorite FPS games, and then everybody's playing it and like, whoa, it's kind of fun, but I'd rather stick to what I'm already currently playing. It's nothing new. It's
and that's another thing too, because there's someone else that was I was gonna bring up in the bullet points. If you pull those up, it's actually good. It's like the end.
Games like those emphasize streamers and all their promos.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was the one too. It's like when you have to have your games promo be streamers and shit. It sets you up for success in terms of money, but it sets you up for failure in terms of like how your game's gonna go. Because gamers are like very fucking it's not perfect in the way it should be based on what I'm saying. It's like, why am I not getting the same experience that the streamer's getting?
I agree with that.
Bad game.
I will agree with you in that statement. It's just bad to have streamers promote these games, because then the moment the streamers stop playing the games, in your mind and everybody else's mind, you just start to assume the game is dead or it's fallen off or whatever. Or like you just stated right now, if I'm not having that same experience the streamer's having, if I'm not having as much fun as the streamer's having, then I got scammed. Like, what the hell's going on? And streamers are personalities. Like, they're supposed to over exaggerate anything that happens. It's just what they do. So you will never have that same experience the streamer's having, or maybe you will. But you're not really supposed to take what streamers are doing too seriously. It's entertainment.
Which is fair, but you do realize like the gaming landscape we're in.
Yes.
That's what kind of like in my eyes makes it a problem. Like I said, like this game, like in games like this, I have fun, and I bet you if I went back to the games right now, I'd have fun again. But it's like I'm speaking like general populace of like, and this is like streamers in general. Of like, it's a whole conversation for streamers in general, but like games like this, I'm glad they found success. They just feel like they found success in like the wrong way in this current gaming landscape. But shout out to the developer. Like I said, it looks like a fun time. If I get the game, I'm sure I'm gonna have fun. But I'd say streamers. This conversation is mostly I hate streamers, bro.
I don't see a problem with it, honestly. Like, the streamers helped this game flourish and get sales, and everybody's playing it now. People actually know about it now because streamers. I don't really.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I found out about this game on my own. I didn't even find it out through a streamer. I was just scrolling through Steam, saw a game that said repo. I saw the little smiley face. I was like, what the hell is this? And I clicked on it. And I'm reading the comments and people are just like, oh, it's like Lethal Company, but it's different. When I watched the trailer, I was like, oh, this actually looks fun, and I bought it, like, immediately without question. And then the next day, a streamer that I watch that typically plays horror games, he's streaming it, and I'm like, oh shit.
Wait, you watch a streamer that plays horror games? Wait.
Yeah, his name is Ensign.
Ensign? You're gonna have to show me that.
I'll have to show you.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, show me later.
He was playing it like the next day, and I'm like, oh, well, there you go. It's got all the streamers' attention now, so there you go. But
like, ooh,
I think. Go ahead, Crim. Go ahead. I'll give some thoughts later. I don't know if you got anything to say, because we've been yapping.
I'm just 50-50 about it. Like, I understand, like, streamers are like the promoters and shit, but like, I guess I understand what Rainbow's talking about. Like, maybe sometimes the streamer will make the game look better than what it is. Some games do end up being like the flavor of like the week or month if it's that good. And that's sad that even if it's that good, it's just a month. Yeah, but then at the same time, like, a lot of these games get a lot of success off these streamers. Like, again, like as I mentioned earlier, Among Us, that game's still going. That's the only one I could think of, because I don't know too much about like streamer games. I don't know anything about Repo. I am down to play it, Terrell. You already know, but like.
Because actually, with Among Us too, it got popular because of COVID. Like, I think the game came out like 2018.
I can't remember.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Among Us got popular around COVID too. I remember.
So it blew up because of streamers, but then because it blew up and everyone was playing, they're like, "Why is the game like this? There's only like 4 maps. What the fuck?" And it's like, bro, this is an indie developer that didn't even know the game was gonna blow up. Or sorry, it is a small team. I take that back.
But they should be happy because the game blew up.
Right, but then you have the whole fast, like, oh, your game needs to be in the spotlight. Instant, like, your game needs to be in the spotlight. Oh wait, it's like with fucking TikToks. It's like it just comes and goes, right? And only time because of streamers. But now that streamers are playing it. And everyone's like, well, where's this update? Where's that update? And like, because like you were saying earlier, Repo didn't even know it was going to have that success. But the moment it did,
like I said, I wasn't
everyone
sure.
asked.
I'm not sure if that was the case. I can't recall what it was. I could be wrong with that, but continue.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like that's for games in general. It was a point to bring up too.
But in general, with a game like this, though, like matchmaking should have been within it. Like just to release the game and say, okay, you can either play single player or join your friends. That's the only options you have. Like this is 2025. There's no excuse to not have. Like I'm not even saying that as a joke. I'm being for fucking real here. Like,
No.
There's no
I think it's
excuse
25.
to not have a
I think
lobby
it's
system
25.
in a multiplayer game, in an online multiplayer game, and you would just
I feel like at
expect
this
to play
point-
with like just friends only. Like I don't think people realize how hard it is to convince other individuals that you know to get a fucking game, even though
and then
this
at
game's
this point,
literally
I
like
feel like-
less than $10. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, any multiplayer game needs a lobby mode.
Yes.
Oh, just
Like,
like finding it.
it's basically a standard at this point.
Yeah, it has to be a standard. So the fact that it released without it is like, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me. But I think the problem is this whole dead game stuff. Like,
Oh
the
my
game's
God.
the game's dead game. Like this whole dead game culture shit it needs to end.
Oh, like
We need to come to a realization that games can just be fun experiences for like a moment. You know what I mean? Like you can
And
buy
remember,
it.
fellas, this is coming from the guy that says single player games are dead.
y'all are. Oh yeah, first of all, yeah, you fucking hypocrite. But y'all already fucking know, dude. Y'all already fucking know.
I
Like,
just-
I'm tired.
I personally
I'm
don't
tired
like
of
single player games, but yeah.
Yeah, the moment I hear you say dead game, I just need to look at your Steam library. The moment I hear dead game from you, I need to look at your Steam library.
Yeah,
Because I bet you your Steam library is probably gonna be games that were from 5 years old, but because it's Fortnite or some shit, you're still playing it. Like, get the fuck up out of here, bro. Talk about it doesn't have like 5,000 players. Ugh. Weird.
Yeah. This is a game that I look at as just an experience. You're gonna probably play it a little bit, have fun with your friends, and then get over it. You know, like that's just how it is. But you know what the beauty of it all is? You're not paying 60 fucking bucks for it. This is a game that's less than $10, which is less than a movie ticket. Look at how expensive a movie ticket is, and you're only enjoying that movie for like a minute. No, I was about to say a minute. For an hour and a half, upwards to like at most maybe 3 hours if you're watching like what was that space movie? I can't think about it. Anyways, starts with an I. Anyways, you can have Interstellar. Thank you. Interstellar. I think Interstellar is almost like 3 hours.
I didn't even watch the movie. Like,
yes, you did. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, you can have.
I was referencing the previous video, but yeah.
I know. Yeah. Anyway, you can have movies range from an hour and a half all the way upwards to 3 hours, and you're only spending what, $12 to $20 for that movie ticket. You know what I mean? Look at this game here. It's probably $8. I think it's $8 or $9 or something like that. And you can get as much out of it as you want. Okay, it's extremely cheap, and there's a lot to do and a lot of fun to have in this game. And even if you get over it, think about it. You still had a great time with just that $8 that you spent on it. You know what I mean? Like, we have to stop looking at games as like the player base is small, dead game. You know, you got to start realizing some of these games are just like an experience that you're playing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's enjoy the fucking game.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta remember, like, okay, we're playing fucking video games here. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all remember what it was back in the day when you played video games? Oh my gosh, you didn't even know if the game was popular or not. You just knew, oh my gosh, this new game. Oh, I gotta tell my friends about it. Oh, you guys played the game? Oh, let's have an experience. Now all of a sudden games are just like, okay, so how many players are on it? It's multiple. It's single player. How much is it? $60? Disgusting.
We gotta dissect games nowadays. Back then, you would just buy it and pray. And even if it was like decent, it was probably only like an hour and a half of an experience with like pixels on the screen. And just like, whoa. And nowadays it's like, like, yes, multiplayer. How many players? How long is the experience? 60 hours? Is it replayability? What's the replayability? Like, you know, it's so much extra shit involved.
How many players are playing this game currently on Steam?
And to be fair, some of those points of like how optimized it is and everything makes sense in this day and age, but like there's some other shit that y'all think is like a big point, and it's literally like a nothing argument. it's literally nothing. Like I said, give me your Steam libraries right now, and I promise you're playing the same fucking game
over and over.
Like you're, I know motherfuckers who probably have NBA 2024, NBA 2023, NBA 2022, NBA 2021, Madden 2024, Madden 2023, WWF or sorry WWE. Like y'all play the same fucking games, but you're the first people to say, "Oh my gosh, this game's dead." Oh my gosh.
Also, off topic, if you're playing any sports game, that's low-key kind of sad. You just go outside and play some basketball.
Yeah, just get yourself a ball and some friends.
Yeah. Playing
Don't
NBA.
sweat too hard.
Playing basketball.
Yeah, stop watching grown men that sweat. All right.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like just all in all, if you take away anything from this video, I'm sure maybe Terrell has something to say, so I apologize if you do. But if you take away anything from this video, play different games, get different experiences. Don't let, just because of this conversation of playing, oh, because the streamers play, you should play it. Don't take it as that. Take it as like, don't let people persuade you too much. Right?
Especially
like
streamers.
Especially streamers. They are the problem. Like in terms of persuasion, like y'all, we're so easily persuaded nowadays. It's actually fucking insane. Like people just don't give no thought. They're just like, well, this one person said it. All right, so I agree wholeheartedly.
I agree with what you're saying, but like the whole persuasion statement, but I disagree with everything else. It's just streamers really help boost sales numbers for these games. They help a lot of developers, and they
unless you play with the toxic streamer.
Huh?
Unless you play with the toxic streamer.
Well, I mean, sure, but
I'm
just saying for like these
warning with somebody that wants to be the recorder all the time.
Rainbow, like
yeah.
Look,
after record. Like,
I believe that there was a lot of games that I might not have ever known about. Maybe not a lot, but a few games that I might not have ever known about if it weren't for streamers that introduced me to it. And it's great that I know about them and I've played them and I had fun with it, right? Some games, though, I'll admit, back in the day, I would fall for a couple of streamer games and I'd be like, oh my god, that looks like so much fun. And then I would buy it on my own, play it, I'd be like, damn, that was a waste of $5 Like, that wasn't as fun as the streamers made it out to look. But
did you watch Twitch back in the day? I never did.
I wouldn't say, I take it back. It wasn't a streamer. It was just a YouTuber, like one of my OG YouTubers that I would used to watch. He played.
That sounds better.
He played some weird game, or I won't even get into it. But he played some weird, goofy-looking game. And I was like, man, that looks like so much fun. And I bought it, and I was like, I want my $5 back. But nowadays, yeah, where's my lunch money? Nowadays, I'm a lot better at picking and choosing games. Like when I see a streamer play, I'm like, that looks fun, but I'm not gonna bother. Like it's not for me. And Repo, for example, it's fun. I want to get other people into it to play it. It's like Lethal Company. Lethal Company is really fun and funny, but it's just hard to convince these guys to get into it. But Ramble's complaining on this whole streamers killing the game. I don't think it's as big of a deal as he's making it out to be. I think it's important that streamers.
Maybe not.
You know how they say hate the game, not the player, or some shit like that. Yeah, hate the streamer.
Yeah, no, I think it kind of boils down to there's just streamers. Fuck you.
Yeah, I there's all certain streamers that we all want to call out right now. But
this game actually might be better than Lethal for Terrell because he's not a furry. Because for those who don't know, the person who made Lethal Company is a furry.
Oh, special. That's a little neat fact
Yeah.
there. Thanks, Rainbow.
Y'all remember that shit?
Yeah, yes. Nobody gives a shit. Rainbow, let me just say this real quick before we end here. Make it brief. Rainbow, if you were a popular streamer... Oh, Sunny D. Hey, keeping it classy as a typical black man, drinking some Sunny D and shit. If you were
I'm not being the black allegations.
Yeah, you're not. If you were a popular streamer, Rainbow, I believe you would be doing exactly what you dislike other people to do.
Absolutely.
We're just gonna end the episode there then. What else needs to be said?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
Cause I gotta get my views and shit, bro. there's some.
So
like,
then
shit.
what?
So you can press off questions.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for
Yeah,
tuning
you already
in.
know. We'll
This is
catch
why
y'all
this is why
later.
I'm not a streamer, because you just catch a lot of unnecessary hate.
Yeah, you already know. Hey, don't worry. I'm with the crowd, but I hate the crowd too. You already know.
I hate Rainbow. I hate Terrell because they're streamers. Fuck you guys. You guys ruin games for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's just hate the player, not the game type shit. You know.
Motherfucker did not want to let us record in content warning. Fuck you, Rainbow.
I apologize to everybody who had to endure this 25 minutes of nothingness.
But it'll be great short content.
Get you guys on the next one.